を怒らせるかだ。
Konbanwa minasan, this is Chronicle. Okay, I'm going to talk about this Ryle or lazy guy either way with this Ranger Job Plus. And then right now, I don't have his new mementos yet, so I'm equipping him with the old 5-star mementos and with this 4-star mementos. And along with these gears, and I already unlocked all of his gates and Kaigan Laser Max. And then with this physical attack set, single attack set, and then with the dex, shooting attack, and then critical rate, and then critical, anything, and anything. So his overall status is about this high, especially his dex, and then I think he has the highest dex in the whole game for the Japanese version. I'm not so sure about the global, but in the Japan version should be the highest. Okay, next is his Kaigan Laser. It increases dex for level 5, speed for level 10, and dex again for level 15, and some versus the dark for level 10 laser skill. So as you can see, it greatly increased the dex. Instead of 5% like the others, it increased 10% times 2, so become 20%. And then next is his leader skill. For the light units, they will have physical attack plus 20% and HP plus 20%. And it is used to be a very good leader skill in the past. And if you master his third gate, it added extra accuracy up. Actually, it's not so bad because not so many leader skills that increase your allies' accuracy, so it's quite nice. Other than the Mementos leader skill, of course. Okay, next is his main and side ability, and the weapon ability, BG ability, and I'm going to talk about it at the training arena. Okay, let's go. Taruin na. Okay, his overall status is about this high. Not so bad actually. And then let's see his normal attack. About 4.7k and then more than 5k. And next is his main ability. For this first skill, it is a light shooting attack with 100% hit and probability of critical and strong versus the airborne, and also reduce the move by 50% for 1 turn. So this skill is not really that bad, especially if you want to lower their movement. And the damage is okay, about 7.5k, and then more than 10k. And then next is, for this second skill, it is a light shooting attack with probability of critical and will penetrate the enemy and also push away the enemy by 3 square. So this skill is also quite good, especially against the close range attacker. And then the damage is okay, about 7k, and then about 10k. And then next is okay, for this second skill again, if you equip him with the second gate passive, this skill will have the power up and it increases the overall attack power and add extra dual damage on the enemy. So try to master his second gate for the power up. And then the damage is okay, as you can see, the damage actually increased a bit, and then about 12k. And then next is, for this third skill, is the area light shooting attack towards the enemies only, and with 100% hit and move -1 for 3 turns, and also interrupts the enemies jump attack, so it's quite nice. And then if you master his 5th gate, the skill dual cost reduced a bit and added extra ration animation rate and accuracy down for 3 turns. So the skill upgrade is more towards the debuff, and it doesn't increase the skill power attack, so beware. And then the damage is okay, about 6.7k, and then 9.4k. Okay. And then next is, for this 4th skill, he will have dual regen for 5 turns, and then during the dual regen status, his move will reduce to 0, so he cannot move at all. But then along with physical attack, dex, and critical rate up, along with shooting range +2. So even though he cannot move at all, but at least the shooting range increase, so that he can easily hit the enemy from far range. And then also, all of his main ability skill attack will have additional of this follow-up skill, which is actually quite good, and that isn't any skill usage as well. But then, his minimum shooting range is from 5 onwards, so beware. So he cannot attack any enemy within 1 to 4. And then this skill cannot be used again for the next 5 turns as well. And then next is, for this 5th skill, is a 6 hit, light shooting attack, and with probability of critical, and also before the skill attack, his critical damage will be increased for 1 turn. So by default, when you use this skill, the critical damage will be increased. And then the damage is okay, about 12k and then 16k. And this will be his highest damage of all of his skill attacks, I think. And then next is, for this last skill, it greatly increases his single attack power and also reduce the dual cost by 50% for any one attack. So basically, as long as if you never use any attack, it's a permanent buff. Maybe like for example, right now as you can see there's no skill usage, and then after that, when you use this skill for 1 time, and then for the next turn onwards, the dual cost is only just 30. Since this follow-up skill will keep activate when you use this skill. Especially he has the dual regen after when you use the skill for 5 turns. But then, the maximum dual regen is only just 20. So you cannot keep using this skill if your dual is really very low. But then you can use the other skill with the lower dual cost. Okay, next is his sub ability. For this second skill, it's a shooting attack with mind and day status. So this is a very simple status attack. And then the damage is okay, about this high, and then okay, so the main purpose is only just the bind and day status. Okay, next is, for this third skill, it's an area 2 hit shooting attack, and with the probability of support disable status, and also greatly reduce the accuracy for 3 turns I think. And the damage is okay, about 7.2k and then about 8k. So compared to the old skill, it is not random hit, so it's quite nice. And then next is, for this last skill, it's the shooting attack with 1 damage, and also recover, paralyze, stun, daze, bind, and clock down status. And also increase the critical rate on the target and himself for 3 turns. So compared to the previous skill, it is actually very useful, seriously. And then the shooting range is, well, it's about this far. And then as you can see, you also can use on the enemies, so beware. Okay, next is his master ability. This skill is from his first Mementos Mediocre Award Vibrability, and it's an area light shooting attack with strong burst attack and with probability of critical. And then the damage is okay, about 6.7k and then 11.6k. And then the AoE as you can see is a 1 straight line. Okay, next is, okay, this skill is also from his Mediocre Award first Mementos, but it is a bow Kaigan skill, not weaponability, so beware. And then it is an area shooting attack towards the enemies only, and also if the enemies have the accuracy down debuff, this skill power greatly increase and he will have the Kaka status. So this Kaigan skill is really very good for him, especially he has the ability to reduce the enemy accuracy. And the damage is okay, about this high and then about this high. And then right now the enemies have the accuracy debuff, and let's see the damage increased by how much. Oh, not really that bad, 14k and then 15k. Okay, next is, this skill is from his first Mementos Beecher ability, and it's a light shooting attack with strong burst attack. And then if the user is a light desert unit, the skill power increase. So basically this BG ability is very good for this guy or anyone with these two requirements, of course. And then the damage is okay, about 11k and then about 17k. Okay, next is this skill is from his second limited mementos Bijagre award, weapon ability, and then it's an area debuff panel, and then greatly reduce the shooting resistance and speed, and it will disappear after stepping on it for 3 times, and also effective on the fly units. And then the shooting range is, as you can see, is 1 to 5, and the AoE is a diamond. Okay, next is this skill is from his second limited mementos BG ability, and it is a light shooting attack with 100% hit and probability of critical, and before the skill attack, he will reduce the guard status, which is actually very good, so that he can actually kill any enemy with the guard status no matter what. And then if you max build these mementos, the overall skill power increase and also reduce the dual cost a bit, and the damage is okay, about 7k and then about 11k. Okay, next is his reaction ability. This will animate when he receives any types of damage, and is a probability of state status of the enemy. And then if you unlock his master ability, it added extra skill attack can be activated as well. And then the shooting range is only in between 2 to 6 and cannot be extended, so beware. And then depending on the situation, you can switch this reaction ability with this one, but it only applies to the physical damage, and there's the chances of complete evade. But then if you are fighting against the magic attacker, it will be useless. Okay, next is his support ability. When you master his second gate, it adds extra shooting attack, and then these two skills will have the power up. And I already mentioned about it just now, and also increase the shooting range a bit. So try to master his second gate and equip it by default. Okay, next is this passive increase his shooting attack, accuracy, and dex. Also very good for him as well. And then depending on the situation, you can switch this passive with, like for example, this one from the War Beast table, and it increases his physical attack, speed, and jump through. So if you want to increase his speed, you can actually equip with this passive. Like for example, as you can see, his speed is about this high, but then it greatly reduces the dex and increase a bit physical attack. Or maybe you can equip with this one, evasion up, but then his status will be about this high. Yeah, so it's really depending on the situation. But then by default, I think this will be the best. Okay, next is his master ability. It increases his shooting attack and accuracy, and then with the ration ability power up, just like I said earlier. Okay, next is his mementos. Okay, this is his second mementos, but it's a limited, so beware. And then for the status group skill, it increases his maximum HP for the basic parameter, and strong versus the dark, single attack, dex, mind status, critical damage, and speed if you max build these mementos. So this mementos is extremely very good for him compared to his first mementos, seriously. But his first mementos is only very good because of the Bijagre award. And then next is the mementos leader skill. For the desert dweller group, all of them will have shooting attack plus 40%, physical attack and dex plus 25%, and critical rate plus 10%, and strong versus a wolf 40%, and strong versus a gluttony 20%. So this leader skill is very good for the shooting attacker. And then for the next mementos, okay, this is his first mementos, but it's quite old. And then it increases his dex for the basic parameter, and then with the shooting attack up, area attack resistance up, and then with the jewel obtained when you max build these mementos. So this mementos good skill, really nothing much, seriously, compared to his new mementos. And then for the leader skill, well, for the desert dweller group, all of them will have physical attack plus 50%, dex plus 30%, speed plus 10% and evasion plus 5%, and then with strong versus gluttony, warp and MB 20% each. So this deal skill is also very good for any physical attacker. And then if you don't have his 2 mementos, you can actually equip with this 4-star mementos, which is also quite good for him, and it increases the HP and physical attack and physical defense, magic defense and accuracy, or any mementos that is from the desert will be good enough. And then next is the gear. This accessory is from his new mementos Vision Grade Award, and then only the new units that is from the desert can be equipped or loaded Ouroboros, and it increases his maximum HP, shooting range, light attack and critical rate. So this accessory is the best for him right now. And then the weapon ability, I already mentioned about it just now, and if you don't have this accessory, you can switch with. This accessory is from the gear summon, and it also increases the critical rate, and then along with the speed and dex. And then with this weapon ability that increases his slash and strike resistance for 3 turns from the start of the map, or any accessory that is increase the speed or critical rate, I think should be good enough. And then next is, this weapon is from his first Mementos Vision Grade Award, and it increases his physical attack, dex, dual octane and shooting attack. Also very good for him. Or any weapon that is increase his physical attack will be good enough or dex. Okay, next is, this is a free accessory you can get from one of the events, but then I can't remember which event, and it increases his HP, stun resistance and strong versus dark. Also not really that bad. Or anything that is increase his HP will be good enough, like Ultimate Muffler or HP Regen Armor, either way. Okay, next is, I'm going to use this skill that increases his overall attack power, and let's see the total damage increased by how much. Okay, let's go. Okay, his physical attack and dex is about this high, and then let's see the normal attack. Okay, and then, okay, and how about this skill? About 11k and then 15k. And how about this one? 12k and 17k. And this skill, about 10k and then 13.6k. And how about this skill? 17k and then 24k. Very nice. And how about this skill? Okay, about 20k and then 22k. And how about this skill? 17k and then 26k. Okay. Okay, lastly is, I'm going to activate this single attack ready up, and let's see the total damage increased by how much. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's see the normal attack. Okay, about this high, and then, okay, but it only applies to the single target attack, not area attack. And how about this skill? About 14k and then about 19k. And this one, 16k and then 21k. Very nice. And then this one, 23k and then near 30k. And I think this skill, about 21k and then 30k. Okay. Okay, let's see the damage of this skill, how much when critical on this weakness. Okay, about 45k I think, if everything critical. So conclusion is, he suddenly become a very powerful shooting attacker out of nowhere. Seriously, he is used to be a very lousy creator after so long without any job plus or adjustment. Yeah, with just the first mementos and with the job enchant. Yeah, especially if you have his new mementos. That one is really very good for him, since it increased the dex a lot, and then also increased the critical damage, and also very good against the guards unit. Important. for arena. Yeah, but then without the new mementos, you still can use him for the normal quest, but then I don't think the total damage will be as high as with the new mementos. Yeah, most likely. But at least if you have his first mementos with the Vision Girl award, memento skill weapon, the bow, and with the Kaigan skill with the Kraka status, I think he will be very powerful from that point. Yeah, so after that you just need to use the Jewel Regen for 5 turn and keep using the skill, since there's no skill usage. But then the Jewel Regen skill is only for 2 times, so beware. So I guess that's all about this lazy guy, Ryle. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys got any question about him, please comment. See ya, sayonara.
さっさと終わらせるか。邪魔だな。さっさと退場しろよ。見えてるぜ。俺を怒らせるからだ。俺を怒らせるからだ。俺を怒らせるからだ。怒らせるからだ。俺を怒らせるからだ。やるか。かしこまりました。見えてるぜ。次は別のやつにやらせろよ。